Hello again, everybody. I mentioned in a previous video that one of the things I like to do before we go on our cruise is putting together a travel binder. And honestly, I just like to do this anyway. Whether it's a cruise or a regular beach vacation, I just like to plan. I like to be prepared. I like to know I have absolutely everything I could possibly need if I needed it. It's better to have it not need it than need it not have it. I have everything in here. And so I thought I would share with you guys like how I put it together, what I put in my travel binder. I found this cover on Canva. Just barely customized it with Smith Family. It does bother me that this doesn't go well. I really want to trade out this binder or find a different cover. But that's just me being me. So when I first open my binder up, and I have to be really careful because I don't want to show important information. First thing we have here is important phone numbers. So I have it listed. This is the trip we're on. Here's the important phone numbers. I have my cell phone and my husband's cell phone. I have our Disney travel agent's cell phone number. I have the hotel's phone number that we stayed at. Family members. My mom, my husband's mom, and then our friends that I had shared this binder with. So I had friends who had a digital copy of everything in here. That way, if something terrible happened, somebody else had access to it. But I also put important work numbers for my husband just in case something was to happen and we couldn't get back and cell phones are gone or whatever. So I put his school's phone number. I put down the number for his principal and also one of his coworkers. That way all of our bases were covered. After that section, I have our itinerary. So I color-coded it because, again, that's just who I am. So if I can see, we have the dates that we're gone, the day that we're looking at. This was our flight information. This was our lodging. And then these were the meals that we had planned. So for flight information, I had what time did we depart Knoxville, what the flight number was, what time we should land in Charlotte, what time we would leave Charlotte, that flight number, and what time we should arrive in Fort Lauderdale. And then I had the hotel in Fort Lauderdale. We stayed at the Crowne Plaza Airport Cruise. I put their address, their phone numbers, their email, what name the reservation is in, and then the reservation number. And then that particular day, we were going to do breakfast at home, and then lunch at the airport, and dinner at the hotel. That way, the guesswork was out of it. We didn't have to worry about it. We knew exactly what we wanted to do. On a non-travel day, here is what our binder looks like. We still have the hotel information here. We have our meal plan, and then we had our activities for the day. And so we had, anytime we go on a trip, we will pick one thing for each of us to do. And it doesn't have to be something that the other people will enjoy. If we want to do it, that's our one thing. So for me, I wanted to go to a salon and get my nails done. I got a manicure and a pedicure. Tipsy Salon. The address for the salon, the phone number, the appointment time, and what I had booked. That night, my husband's choice, that was the only time available for it. So we did the Jungle Queen river boats. I marked in that I'd already prepaid for it, the address, the phone number, the appointment time, and any notes that were given to us. So this one said, please arrive 45 minutes early for the day that we boarded. So then this, just to show you what it looks like for when we actually boarded the ship. Here is the cruise information, meal plans that we don't really have after this one, and then activities that we have planned. So we had what ship we were on. We were doing the Disney Dream, Port Everglades, that address, boarding time, boarding group and assembly station, reservation number, stateroom numbers, all of that. And of course, coming back, I also put, same information for thoughts and stuff. After that was important papers. And this is where I kept my confirmations. Yeah, this is where I kept my confirmation emails that I had printed out. Just in case something happened, our phones died before we got there and I needed it. And that's exactly what it was. I just printed out my confirmation emails for the hotel and the Jungle Queen riverboat. I printed out our cruise contract and had it in here. I also wanted to be really extra and printed out Google Maps I wanted to see the actual map. I wanted directions just in case we needed them. The last thing, and I'm not going to show you guys this, was important documents. So, copies of our passports. I don't know, if we needed them, it wouldn't be legal to use it. If something happened that we lost our passports or something, we would have a picture of it, and maybe it would be easier to find it if we had to go somewhere to get that. But I have our passports, our driver's license, and our birth certificates, and I have my husband's passport, driver's license, birth certificate. My passport, license, birth certificate. And then my son didn't have a passport then, so we finalized the adoption February 19th. I picked this up the very end of February, maybe even first couple days of March, and we left on April 1st. So we did not have time to get him a passport. So we just had his birth certificate, and that was fine. It was really all we needed. It just made me feel better. It's made me feel better now to have had it. And then because I've got a binder with folders in it, I was also able to print and keep our online check-in port arrival form. That way it was easy access and I could just grab it, pull it, let them scan it. I don't even know that I took it out of the binder. I think I even just left this in the binder, just opened it up to the last page for them. But that is how I made our travel binder. And like I said, I have all of this, even the maps, included in a digital file on Google Docs. That way, worst case scenario, something happened, I could call my friend and be like, hey, we have lost this binder, we have lost a passport, I'm going to need you to get up with somebody, I'm going to need this information. So, and it also made me feel better that somebody else knew where we were at all the time. At all times, any given moment, she could look up and see where we were. And I have Live 360 on my phone too, but it just made me feel better knowing this person knows that we're in an Uber. And this person knows that if they haven't heard from us at this time, they need to check this flight number and see if everything's okay. Are we just delayed? What's going on with it? So, I'm really paranoid, too, if you couldn't tell. But it made me feel better. I've seen a lot of people that travel internationally do this. I'm absolutely going to make another one for our next cruise. Like I said, I make a much smaller version of this for when we go to the beach, things like that. I hope this helps. And I'm just trying to travel, y'all. Bye.